wisdom,
prudentia,
justice,
justitia,
temperance,
temperantia,
courage.
fortitudo.
Applying ancient philosophy to modern life, this is the Sunday Stoic.
Justice and courage are the virtues at hand here in the United States at the moment. If you've seen the video of George Floyd saying, "I can't breathe," you know why. I've started and stopped this episode about 6 times already because I just don't know how to talk about it. But I feel that being completely silent is probably the wrong thing. I'm a privileged guy sitting on my front porch under the full moon, seeing the fireflies, the frogs are calling. Things are peaceful. But elsewhere, the town just down the road, there's a curfew. There have been protests. People are hurting. People are sick of being the other, feeling like they're always scrutinized, looked at like they're doing something wrong, and then treated differently. And in this case, when faced with the police for whatever minor infraction they've committed, and then it escalating to the death of an individual. We can do better than that. I've seen racism. Grew up in an area where it was just all people that looked like me, and heard racist jokes that I would now cringe to hear. But at the time, when you're immersed in it and you don't know any better, it just seems like the normal thing. But then you move away and you meet other people, lots of different people. You realize how wrong that way of thinking was, and you change, you grow. But as a nation, we haven't grown up. We act like we're ants in different colonies in the yard, and we war with each other when we meet up sometimes. We can do better than that. We're humans with the power of reason. We're all cousins. We can all work together, but we have to not just say that we are all children of God or cousins by nature. We have to live that way. We have to put our virtues into action. And we have to break out of our impressions. We have impressions. I know we do. I know people who fall on both sides of thinking about this issue. When you see a store being robbed and looted, or a police station burned, that's going to say, well, I'm right. These people are all full of crap, and they're just wanting to rob things. Now, the looting and robbing, I do not condone. I think that is wrong. Not as wrong as what precipitated this, but it falls in a category of wrong, right? But I don't think peaceful protest is wrong when you're sick of the status quo and you don't know, you have no other means of recourse, and this happens over and over again. You got to do something. Now, will that affect change? I don't know. But I think we can do better. If you listen to the Cheerful Stoic podcast by one of my listeners who started his own podcast, he talks about this in a recent episode. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We have a long way to go. We need to make small decisions that lead to big outcomes every single day. It starts in your head, and it expands to your family and those you interact with, and then into your community. And what I've learned from the scientific method is to always assume that you're wrong. When you have an impression, well, these people should do this or they shouldn't do that, assume you are wrong. Look at it and say, okay, I feel this way. Now, where might I be wrong? Why might I be thinking about this the wrong way? Don't just assume you're right, because it's easy to find reasons you're right. You can cherry pick so easily. We are humans. We're so good at that. Assume you are wrong and look for evidence that you are wrong. No matter what side of the aisle you fall on. I don't like talking politics on this show because I want to have a big umbrella and reach as many people as possible. I myself don't fall way on the left or way on the right. Now, if I talk to someone on the left, they often think I'm way on the right. And if I talk to someone on the right, they usually think I'm way on the left, depending on what we're talking about. I guess I'm a libertarian in that sense. But I think everyone deserves equal rights, equal opportunity, and equal treatment. And one more, just to put it bluntly, one more white guy with an opinion isn't going to change much. But I just want to share just my thoughts about this. And it's so hard to talk about. It feels so awkward because you're worried about saying the wrong thing and getting people upset. I can't control the thoughts of others, but it's such a touchy subject that it's even hard to talk about, and it's hard to figure out how to put into words. And I know I don't know all the angles, and I don't understand. I can't understand all the angles. I just know that we as individuals have to do better to check our assumptions, ensure that we're doing the right thing. And I think that starts by saying, okay, I'm mad about, let's say, about this protest that's blocking my route to work. Why are they here? People just want to cause trouble. Okay, well, what would make your assumption wrong? Maybe you think that stealing from a Target store is righteous and good. Well, what would make that wrong? Why might you be wrong there? Maybe that's not right. Once again, that doesn't mean that the seed of all this wasn't something horrendously wrong. But how we act now is what defines what happens next. And how we grow. And how we either recover or we sweep it under the rug and we continue with the same BS. We can do so much better. We have to do better. We have to do better. If we don't do better, we're going to be torn apart. The hand cannot be at war with the foot. It will kill the entire body. We are all part of the same body here. We must do better. All right, I'm going to shut up now. I always feel like I just make a fool of myself when I try to talk about something like this. But I hope you're safe wherever you are, that maybe you have the power to make a difference. If so, by all means do so. But everyone has the power to make a little bit of difference just by changing your own head when you can. Seize the day, everyone. I love you all. Carpe diem.
We're not too far away if it doesn't work.
Thank you.